real estate
affects the market as a whole, which then sometimes will affect the 10.
Right. It'll come in.
to real life.
We all learn in different ways. If you think about it, Wayne Dyer might not attract everybody.
And everything in between.
Mission was really to help people just to reach their full potential.
The Brad Wiseman Show. And now, your host, Brad Wiseman.
All right, we are back. Another Thursday. Oh, amazing. Hugo, we're back.
That's right.
That's
yes,
right.
We are, like the Terminator.
You have a nice hat on. It's too bad people can't see the hat.
Oh, yes.
But at some point, we'll get
show-
you a camera.
We'll show you that new look I've been working on.
It's a really nice hat. Yeah, you have to see it. It's a very big brimmed hat. Very nice. It looks good. So we've been talking to this guy for a while and trying to get him on the show. Not trying. We're trying to get our schedules together to get him on the show. And we are lucky to have this guy here. He is traveling all over the place. He's working on a new book. He is just a great thinker. And one of the things that stood out to me was the word unstoppable. So once we get done with this podcast, I think you're going to understand why unstoppable was the word that I think of when I think of him. So we have Scoggins here in the studio with us, straight from Charlotte.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, Charlotte.
Welcome to the studio.
Hey, bro. It's good, man. Having a good time. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
We're
That's
chilling,
good.
chapping.
Yeah.
Hugo, come on over here. Just come over here just for a minute.
To show the hat quick? Yeah, you got to show the hat. Yeah.
Come give him a hug.
There we go. There we go.
There it is.
Oh, look at
there.
Hugo. But that hat, though, is amazing. Look at the hat. I mean, it's awesome. Oh, and he even does like a little walk. Did you see that?
I figured we had to kick the show off. Right?
Well, we're gonna get him a camera. He's gonna get a camera soon. He's got a microphone. I mean, the guy's really taking over the show if you think about it. I mean, for Christ's sakes, when we first started the show, he was silent. Now I can't shut him up. It's amazing. Now he likes to chime in because he's part of the show, man.
I love
right.
it.
Yeah, it's very cool. So so unstoppable is the word that I see all the time when your name is there. So it's your name, unstoppable. But one of the things I want to ask you first is, what does integrated entrepreneur mindset mean to you? I know.
Well, it sounds like a mouthful.
It does. Well, you notice I had to say it very slow because I'm thinking I'm going to screw it up.
Yeah,
but no, integrated entrepreneur mindset.
Yeah, I'll have to change that up a little bit. But all right, so the easiest way to explain what an integrated entrepreneur is, it's a state of being.
Okay.
Okay. And the reason I say that is because almost every major dumb decision I ever made in my relationships, in my business, in my family life, and so on and so forth, came out of something what's called dysregulation. It's a fancy word for saying I was out of control.
Gotcha.
Okay. An easy way to understand whether or not you're dysregulated is how much anxiousness you carry on a regular basis.
Gotcha.
Right? So integration is the process of becoming aligned with your authentic self in conjunction with your authentic purpose. So that's fully integrated.
So authentic self, if you don't mind me, and authentic purpose. Two different things.
They're two different things. I'm on a bit of a crusade to not only bring awareness to both of them, but also integrate them and bring them into one.
Because when you have those two together, are you unstoppable?
I think you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's call this. All right. So, the word unstoppable can easily be a cliche word.
Yeah.
Easily be cliche.
Sure.
Unstoppable, it's great. Unstoppable, it's great.
Could write a song called Unstoppable. I think there's a song called Unstoppable.
There's like 16 songs.
Is there 16?
Unstoppable.
Yeah, that's the song. Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, I didn't know he sang. This is a new thing, too.
Well,
that was not in the resume. That was not here.
That's the new tenor voice, I guess.
Oh, he does. And he does that, too.
By the way, this first show I've done that on, by the way.
Oh, there you go. See, there's a first. Scoggins does cartoons. That's unbelievable.
Special gift for you guys. The word unstoppable to me is nothing more than basically not preventing yourself from not making progress. So
Gotcha.
let me try that again.
Do that again. Go ahead.
Yeah, I totally messed that up, but
That's all right.
all right. In order to be unstoppable, you simply don't give up.
Gotcha.
You get knocked down, you get back up again.
Yeah.
You get knocked down, you get back up again.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to go and sulk in a corner or cry and whatever for a few days or a day or an hour or whatever you need.
Yeah.
And by all intents and purposes, that is a form of grounding, believe it or not, is release.
Yep.
Like actually allowing yourself to be present with
feel
those,
it.
Yeah.
Feel it.
Yeah. Be present
Yeah.
with those emotions, feel it. But then you have to, at some point in time, make a mental switch in your head and like, okay, well, this is not where I'm going to stop.
Right.
And for me, I see a lot of people, they do one of two things. Either when adversity comes, they either lean away from it, run away from it as much as they can, stick their head in the sand or whatever. What's worked for me is to feel it and then forge ahead.
Yeah.
And, I've been through a lot of various things. I've been through divorce. I've been through 2008. I've been through the pandemic. I've been through exiting a company. I've been through embezzlement. I've been through, a number of different things. And, each one of those, to your point where we were talking about off air earlier about character building.
Oh, it builds character.
Yeah, and I told you, you asked me like, well, how'd you become homeless? I'm like, well, I was arrogant and prideful.
Yeah.
Old man Myrick gave me a shot, put me in business for myself, made a bunch of money.
That's incredible. That journey is pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The journey from being homeless and going to a trash dump and finding things that became useful.
Yeah.
To build a business. And it wasn't it's not even a
business was an
sexy
accident.
business. And it's not even a sexy business.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest,
No, it's not.
He was working on siding houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, not many people go, oh, guess what I did for a living? And go, oh, I do siding. Oh, then people go, what, vinyl or aluminum?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like all of it.
All of it. I'm really good.
I even do James Hardy.
But seriously, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And it just shows you, it doesn't matter what business you're in.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the focus and you're authentic and you have the passion to do something, you can do it. Doesn't matter what business it is.
Yeah.
It was siding.
Yeah. Well, think about it this way. I'm gonna come back to the siding component.
Yeah, go ahead.
But so that business built a lot of components in me. Right. I was a high school dropout, so I didn't graduate high school. ADHD, dyslexic kid. Given a second chance, I didn't deserve to start this company, even out of the trash piles. I didn't deserve the second chance I got. Did the first handful of homes completely by myself, out in the heat and the cold and whatnot. Go on and build the business piece by piece, team member by team member, pole by pole, siding by siding, whatever you want to call it. What was interesting about that whole journey was I didn't have leadership skills. I didn't have an MBA. I didn't have anything but unrelenting tenacity. And tenacity can get you in trouble. So one of the reasons I'm so passionate about this concept of integration is because they say in business that businesses fail. It doesn't matter what profession it is, right? But especially entrepreneurs and business owners, 8 out of 10 businesses fail first 5 years. After the first 5 years, you might get lucky if one of those is still standing literally 10 years later. Out of those, you got another, I don't know, it's like 30% ever gross $1 million top line. Out of that, you got 0.2% that ever actually sell a company, right? The statistics are ridiculous, right? But they say the top 5 or so reasons, and I won't rattle them all off, but I'll give you a few. Lack of sales, right? Marketing penetration, lack of leadership, poor team management, product fit, right? These things rotate year after year. You're like Google right now, why do businesses fail? What are the top 5 reasons? And you'll see the list.
But it'll kind of switch.
Exactly. Because it's market generated, and sometimes economies are better than others. Right now the economy's a little shaky for us, and what I feel like is interesting about that is I discovered when I went back and looked at my journey, and then I looked at all the entrepreneurs that I have worked with and continue to work with even today, one of the things that they're dealing with is isolation. They're dealing with, hey, I don't even know who I can turn to. So I know I dealt with that a ton, which is why I'm like, okay, well, if I dealt with that, you dealt with that, okay, I'm going to be a listening ear. Yeah. Right. Now, granted, we got to find a time on my calendar to do it, right? But on top of that, when I start thinking in terms of integration and alignment, most of us, that's not at the forefront of our mind. Most of us aren't thinking about how I show up every day, how I think about myself, how I think about others. Am I a blame, shame, and condemnation person? Am I someone who is overly optimistic? Am I what a quote unquote too realistic on the pessimistic? Like there's this balance beam of sorts. And then I discovered that, okay, well, if I go back and I look at my journey and I say, okay, well, journey, I'm looking at you as a movie screen. I'm going to step back out as a character. I'm going to watch it like I'm out on the editing floor. What do I see? What I see out of every emotional outburst or bad decision making, that could be the money I spend, how I show up my family, how I responded to a team member who was trying to get a piece of information that I should have had that I didn't train them well on in leadership. If I'm just honest with myself, I find that entrepreneur, if I go and look at the same entrepreneurs after working with countless entrepreneurs at different levels, 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures, my biggest client's been 10-figure client. Okay, which is funny because I never made 10 figures yet.
You got to work on that.
I do, but fortunately, that's not what they were coming to me for. but what they were coming for is alignment. Like I've a lot of them they're either chasing the brass ring, and they think that's going to make them whole and fulfilled, or they've gotten the brass ring and realize they're empty. Either way, you're chasing fulfillment in emptiness, and you can't change fulfillment in emptiness, right? You have to chase alignment. So there's really 5 real main reasons that entrepreneurs fail.
And what are those?
Arrogance,
Oh,
ignorance, impatience, fear, and insecurity.
wow.
So what's interesting is
So what's interesting about that, real quick, is that they think that the failure is outside of them, and it's actually inside of them.
oh, that was my lesson too.
Isn't that crazy? But that's crazy, though. When you think about, everybody thinks that the reason their business fails is something that's outside of them. It's the economy. It's the marketing. It's the,
I hired this person.
Yeah, I did that. So, and what happens is it's here. Everything stems from here.
Well, think about it this way. All right, so we'll just take one example of
go
my
ahead.
journey. One example was in around the 2017 time frame. I had a suspected embezzlement. I'll just call it that because of
Suspected,
legal stuff.
right.
Oh, no, it was
Alleged.
Yeah, alleged. $1.7 million is not in my account. Let's put it that way.
So that's a lot of alleging. A lot of alleging.
Yeah, well, anyway. I pray for them in Jesus' name. Amen. In the grand scheme of things, no, but that goes down to ignorance. Like, I wasn't paying attention.
Wow.
Right? I over-trusted. I over-delegated. I didn't inspect what I expected. And as a result, I basically walked away from my leadership. So I wasn't leading. I wasn't holding myself or them accountable. Right? And human nature is human nature. Unless there's a structure in place to hold responsibility and accountability in different areas at the same time, not so good things are going to happen.
Yeah.
So I actually don't blame them at all.
Yeah, it's part of it. Yeah, you look at yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't at first, of course, so just in full transparency. But, I had to go back and really look at, so I looked at these major events, and then I started looking at these entrepreneurs, and it's all the same thing. It's like ignorance, arrogance, impatience, fear, and insecurity, over and over and over and over and over. It's
crazy,
right? So you're arrogant. You think, hey, I'm gonna, no matter what happens, we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well, what's your plan? We're just gonna figure it out. Well, how about taking a few moments, sitting down, and figuring something out?
Yeah,
like come up with a plan.
Yeah.
Well, no one knows me like I know myself. I'm like, dude, everybody knows you better than you know yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're judging yourself by your intentions. They're judging you by your actions.
Exactly right. Well, your reputation is different than your character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Until you reach integration.
Right. Then it becomes your reputation, and then it becomes aligned.
You become whole.
Becomes aligned.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We're coming back to the same words.
Hey,
this is good,
but
man.
it's real. It's like, so I say that to say that, all right, so if I meet a 6-figure entrepreneur, it doesn't matter what industry they're in, they want to know, how do I become a 7-figure entrepreneur?
Yeah.
7-figure entrepreneur says, well, I want to know how to become an 8-figure entrepreneur. 8-figure entrepreneur says, I want to know how to become a 9-figure entrepreneur. So entrepreneurs all share one thing in common. Actually, I would say achievers. And people who want to obtain something. That they...
It doesn't even have to be money.
9 times out of 10, they can't even articulate what it is.
It could be running a marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah, or achieving something.
Yeah. It's this essence of, and this goes back to impatience, of, well, I should be further along than I am right now.
Oh, yes, so true. I saw that in some of the stuff.
I see it over and over and over again.
I do that to myself.
Yeah.
With the podcast, I think about it all the time.
Yeah.
What am I not? What are we not doing to get to the next step?
What is the next step? Let's workshop it.
Well, that's what you got to do. That's what we're working on. That's stuff that we do now. Is we sit down and go, okay, what is the next step? How do I get to the next level?
Yeah. But all right. So let's say you get to next level B.
Yeah.
You're going to be like,
now what?
Oh, we got to B. Let's go to A. Right. And
do we ever celebrate?
It's really funny. This is gonna blow your mind. I just had this conversation.
Yeah.
Like it showed up on a couple podcasts recently because it just happened like a month ago.
Cool.
So I've been dating an amazing woman who ironically owns a brokerage.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So she has to be cool.
Yeah. She's a for lack of a better word, I don't mean to cuss on here, but she's a kick-ass business.
No, you can cuss.
Like she is a badass.
Oh, that's awesome.
She
That's
really
great.
is. I'm super so one of the first things that she asked me, and we started dating, because we were both pursuing our own individual creating alignment and wholeness and all this. So we came together. It was like conversations were easy, the whole deal. But she goes, I'm curious. I'm like, okay. Well, she's very curious by nature, so we were always asking questions.
Yeah.
She goes, when you sold your company, how did you celebrate? And I was like,
Isn't that funny?
I tried to take 3 weeks off, and then I got
tried. Listen to that. Tried.
Well, it's ironically, like,
It's funny.
I was already in my mind. I was already building the next thing.
That's exactly right.
Right.
See, I think as an entrepreneur, the celebration for us is actually while it's happening. It's not a peak. It's not a place that we go to. It's the journey, is the celebration.
It's the hunger.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
the hunger
insatiable.
too.
But it's
Yes.
insatiable. So
true,
what I'm trying to do.
She made up a good point. That's a good point.
Oh, that was a great point.
Yeah.
And, you know, it caused me to. I'll give you another one that's just like this. Again, those same 5. What
Yeah.
I call them constraints.
Yep.
Right. And think of constraints like someone suffocating you. Right.
Yeah.
So the more at play those things are, the more you're getting suffocated, which is why your soul feels like it's getting suffocated,
Yeah.
like something strangling your soul.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Which is why so many people have a hard time putting it into words, because it's hard to say, well, my soul is getting strangled.
Yeah. That's a different one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that though.
It's-
I might use it.
You know, hey, you're welcome to. You know, but if you think about it, like my son, my oldest son, Tyler, who was by marriage, I had the fortunate pleasure of helping raise 2 boys that were biologically mine, and you know, the moment in time came for a divorce, where they were both graduated from high school. One was, I think, in Charlotte. Ironically, my middle son just had his first child, so the
That's
last
awesome.
week before last, which is why I'm in Charlotte now, on Lake Norman. But Tyler, the oldest, he said, "Hey," because we had to do it on a Zoom call because he was at Campbell. Anyways. Long story short is we had the Zoom call. He's on the Zoom call. He said, "Hey, before you go anywhere, can you come have dinner with me tonight?" I'm like, okay. So I said, of course, anything for you, kid. Like, you know,
Yeah.
we just dropped the bomb. It's not the bomb that I expected to drop.
Yeah.
But it looks like this is where we're heading. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Like, so I go to sit down with him in a little Mexican restaurant outside of Campbell, La Casita, I think they call it.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah, it's great food, actually. Nachos, homemade guacamole,
Now he's thinking about tacos, right?
tacos and burritos.
And we are sponsored by
Moe's. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to Moe's.
Welcome to Moe's.
Yeah.
The show took a turn.
So we're sitting there, and he says 2 things. One of which I'll share, one of which I won't, because it ends up being a dig, and I'm not digging at people anymore. He says, if there's one thing you could do to be a better husband and father, just one thing. Ooh. He said, you were so good at so many ways. He said, just one thing.
Hey guys, I want to take a second and thank Comfort Pro. Since 2001, Comfort Pro has been helping customers stay comfortable where they live, work, and play. They have 24/7 emergency service and a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. If you need help with your heating and air conditioning or indoor air quality, call Comfort Pro at 484-917-1803. Mention the show and receive a free humidifier with the installation of a complete system.
I'm like, so I lean in. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I actually want to hear this, because normally I would have been more stuck.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to hear it, right? And this is going out to every single parent listening.
Yeah.
Pay close attention. Okay. He says, if you could learn to be more present when you're present, that would mean the world to us.
Oh.
Now keep in mind, these children had traveled.
Yeah.
We were very blessed to have some nice things and do nice things and not really have to struggle a lot.
Yeah.
You know, financially. I mean,
Yeah,
we did
you did well.
We weathered pandemic and some
Yeah,
other things
yeah,
like
yeah.
that were tense, but nothing
Yeah.
that squashed our souls. And you think as a provider, right?
Mm-hmm.
So father and mother, and this is mothers too, especially single parents, that if you can give your child a better life, they'll know how much you love them. That's not true.
No.
If you give your child your attention, they will know how much you love them.
Yeah. I'm guilty as can be. My kids and my wife are listening to this right now. I know it. And they are saying, oh, I hope you're listening.
Yeah. Well, look, we're all achievers specifically,
Yeah.
right? And I use the word achievers because, you know, entrepreneurs have this mindset of create something out of thin air. Like that's kind of their creative.
Yeah.
Achievers may be a great number 2 and number 3, a C-suite professional, but they're still working a lot. They're still probably not paying attention to everything that really matters in their life. And as someone who has been very fortunate, exited a company, did well enough that I can do some fun stuff in life and like kind of pursue this now, try to help people. It was interesting to me because like that was when I'm most unhappiest.
Yeah.
I had all the stuff, all the things, could travel, could do whatever, and I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I was in a big ass house by myself, overlooking the mountains.
Yeah.
Right? And
Something was missing.
yeah, something was missing. And what was missing was alignment. Right? Alignment will bring connection.
Yeah.
Misalignment will resist connection. So for those of us who out there who are on our 85th relationship,
Yeah.
and we think it's the other person, and we're just dating the same person in the
Common
same
denominator.
in the same skin.
Yeah.
It's I found myself dating the same type of person over and over and over and over again, which was a me problem, not a them problem.
Yeah.
I was misaligned. So therefore, I was quote unquote, calling in someone who else was misaligned.
Yeah.
The same holds true in business and profession.
Yep.
Right?
It's attraction.
It
There's
is.
a law of attraction there,
Yeah.
and that really happens. Is they always say that if you're in line with aligned with yourself and you're authentic, you will attract a completely different person.
Yeah.
Than if you're not.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, because you're going to attract somebody that's not authentic.
Yeah.
And-
Well, and you're also going to have what's called the counterfeit just before you have the breakthrough. So
What's that?
Oh, it's simple. It's the temptation to fall back into the same pattern.
Oh yeah.
In my case, it might have been somebody super attractive and that looked like we had alignment, and then you figure out you don't have alignment,
Yep.
and then you're kind of like, well, what did it like? So I missed this again for like the 89th time.
Yeah, right.
What the heck was going on,
Right.
right? So it's like, okay, well, one of the things that I do upon any major life shift, upward or downward, or if you want to call it downward, I think everything's a lesson, is I do what's called a sabbatical. So, and I recommend this for anybody and everybody, especially if you're walking around with anxiousness right now. I invite you to disconnect from the world for the longest amount you can humanly make it. Right? So it used to be a weekend, then it became a week, then it became 2 weeks,
You're making me nervous.
and then I was in New Zealand for a month.
Oh
in
God.
last February. Oh God.
By yourself?
Yeah, by myself. No agenda.
Wow.
Yeah, because you can't get
You
radical.
have to learn about yourself if you
Yeah,
do that.
and you can't
there's no getting away from it.
Yeah, well, you can't get radical alignment until you have radical clarity.
Yeah.
You can't get clarity, excuse me, with all the noise.
Yeah.
Like, and noise comes in many forms. Noise comes when text messages go off, when emails fire
Yeah.
off, when a TV show program on, when you want to play video games. Like,
Yep.
all these different things are distractions. And what we don't realize as people and as human beings is that the distraction itself is a telltale sign of misalignment. You are trying to escape yourself.
Yeah.
Most of us, it's funny, I was on a podcast recently, and awesome dude. I was interviewing him, ironically, and he was saying that one of his big epiphanies was when his girlfriend said, "Can you go to the toilet without your phone?"
Oh, that's hard to do though, dude. Have you tried that?
I am now, because I got convicted.
It's so hard to do that.
Right? Rather than scrolling, he's like,
Yeah.
most of us can't be alone with ourselves long enough to poop.
Isn't that crazy?
It's-
but I always say, like, what the hell did I do before?
Yeah.
What did I do? Well, because we don't have newspapers.
Well,
we don't have a newspaper anymore.
there used
There's
to
no
be a basket
magazine.
of magazines on the bottom of it.
We've replaced that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we couldn't.
I'm bringing magazines back.
You
damn it.
what's really funny? The big statue of the guy on his chin like this, where he's like, I actually think he was on a toilet. We just couldn't see it. So
It actually was. I think it was. We should make our own.
yeah, right.
And sell it. But no, that's interesting. And everybody, yeah, you can have a glass of water,
Yeah,
water there if
it's
you
my
want.
throat.
No, that's all right. No problem. That's right. We can edit that part out. But it's funny when you talk about that. It is really hard. Like going in to drop your car off to get work done. I can't imagine not having my phone. Yeah, seriously, like in the waiting room. What do you do in a waiting room if you don't have your phone? It's really wild. We're so afraid to have just me time.
Well, think about it this way: most of us are lost in either the past or the future.
Yeah, it's so true.
Right.
So true.
I am working and have been working on this now for about a year and a half, like consistently. My daily practices have drastically changed, where I try to be present in every moment.
Yeah.
And I'm present with you right now. I think it's funny. You and I were going to try to have lunch beforehand. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I got to get this thing done.
And I knew that.
Yeah.
I kind of knew. I said to you, don't worry about it if you can,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to be rude and not ask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, think about it this way: most of us can 10x our productivity if we can just be focused.
Absolutely.
Right. So, but you also have to realize, and you would mention something I actually train entrepreneurs on, achievers on all the time when we do programs and stuff, is like before, I call it the brain dump, ironically, and you call it the phone call. But either way, you're in your driveway. You don't go into your house until you let go of everything. You got like I used to have a pen and a pad. Now I have a chat, and I'll just talk to my chat or whatever. I'm like, this is all the things that's in my head before I go inside. Yeah. Right. And once I've got it out, now it's there for tomorrow. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to wake up at 3 a.m. and go, oh my God, I forgot to do this. Yep. Right. And everybody that is listening and watching just now has had that experience.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yes. We were talking about Matt Lachenko is what we were talking about. Hugo, remember the story with Matt, with his daughter? We were talking about that before you got here. And if you get a chance, listen to the Matt Lachenko podcast too. It was really, really good. And he talks about coming in, and we were saying one of the things that I do, and you're saying you write it down. Yeah. When I'm on the way home, and if I'm on a business call, I will not leave the car until that call's over. I don't go in the house with the phone on my ear. I just don't do that because that is not the way I want to come in the house.
That's not presentness.
Yeah. You know who would really be ticked off? My dog. Because he demands attention when I come in the door, and the phone would be flying. But yeah, so it's interesting how we all have ways to try to be more present, and I think it's a work in progress. I mean, none of us are perfect, and you can sit there and say we can all say all these things. Everybody that we listen to, everybody that we know, says this is what we're going to practice, and you're just constantly practicing it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this for a second. So this has been now scientifically proven, peer reviewed, the whole deal, okay? Human beings have an energetic frequency, right? So some say it's because of the magnetic field in the earth, and we're tied, obviously we're mostly water, like with the ocean water rolling in, time rolling out, all this kind of stuff, right? That people of faith, like, no, it's my soul. My soul is living a conscious experience in a human body, blah, blah, blah. Either way, we know that if you are dealing with overwhelm, anxiousness, fear, and avoidance consistently, you're operating what's called a low vibration, is what they call it, okay? All that means is that your emotional regulation is so far out of whack that you don't have a moment of peace. And if you cannot get perspective, like accurate perspective, without peace. Conversely, and they've been able to show this, that field radiates off your skin at that level, about a 1/4 inch off your skin, when you're operating in what's called a low vibration, right? If you take the same technology and you are your authentic self, you're integrated, you're aligned, you know who you are, you're not wearing masks anymore, you don't take on other people's thoughts of you as your actual identity, right? If you're working on yourself, you're working on yourself. They're used to you for the last 10 years. It's going to take them a minute to catch up, right? Yep. So if you go through that process and you literally love yourself, and this is, I know that sounds sounds woo-woo, but it's not woo-woo, I get it, right? I'm not talking about ego and arrogance. I'm talking about I have a purpose. Yeah. My life has value, and it's intrinsic. It's not something you have to earn or perform for. And achievers and entrepreneurs and business owners, we're constantly taught that we're supposed to achieve and perform to get our worth, right? If you're chasing your worth, you're going to end up automatically in the lower vibration fields, which is going to get you in trouble. However, conversely, if you become authentic, you become aligned, you become grounded and regulated and consistent, and you maintain a level of peace that does surpass all understanding, which faith can play a huge role in that, and at least it does in my life, then that same magnetic field, and that's how they describe it as a magnetic field, radiates off your body upwards of a foot.
That's crazy.
Right, so I'll ask you, and you can just be honest. When you met me, did you feel a presence?
Yeah, absolutely. Almost everybody. It's funny that you say that, because you do, and a lot of the guests do, but I don't get to see every guest in person. Sometimes it's through streaming.
I insisted in person.
I loved it. I loved it that you're here in person. It's just, it makes it so much better for everybody. The audience, for you, for me, for Hugo. Maybe not for Hugo. Who knows? I don't know. He's like, I'm not sure.
Hugo's fine.
But there's other ones that have come in here. Sylvie DeGiusto.
Yeah.
Amazing presence when she comes in. She just, I don't know what it is. Well, that's the thing. You can't put your finger on it.
The presence is the field.
Yeah.
So that presence either attracts or repels.
Right.
Okay. So if you find yourself blaming, shaming, victimizing yourself, well, it's all their fault. It's not my fault. I have no responsibility, no accountability. It's always outside of me. Then you're by definition operating at a lower field, which means you're going to repel the very opportunities and the things that you actually want.
Absolutely.
So ironically, alignment leads to income. Alignment leads to quality relationship. Alignment leads to health.
Right.
Like my body is energetically healthier than most males my age.
Yes.
Because I'm operating in a different field.
Sure.
Right? So that field was something I discovered not by accident, not by intentionality, but by crushing. My ego has died at least 10 ego deaths in my lifetime to date. I pray to God, that I've done with the last one at least.
We haven't seen any dead egos yet.
Yeah.
While you're here, just so you know, we're good.
Yeah. So,
but that's human.
It's human.
That's human. I mean, ego.
But that's part of the human experience.
It is.
So here's the thing about ego, and this is where people. Like, I know we're not going woo woo. I promise I'll probably.
No, I don't mind wherever this goes. It's fine with me. This is good. This is all good stuff.
I promise we'll go, but I'll tie it all back to business and getting what
it
you
doesn't
want
have to be.
Right?
You're good. You're good.
But your ego has one job, and I learned this from a good friend of mine named Henry Amar, and then my energetic life coach Paul Willis, who's out of California in Palm Springs, I think it is. Is it Palm Springs? Yeah, it's Palm something. It's a desert.
One of the palms.
It's a desert. Yeah, in California. There's another palm in Florida. He's not in that one. That's humid there. It's a desert in the other place. Different humidity.
Totally different.
But they taught me, and then when I did the soul searching, I found it to be true, which is ego is doing one thing. Its sole job is to keep you safe. And it will lie to you to keep you safe, or the perception of keeping you safe. So, for example, let's say that you grew up in an environment that was very chaotic. Okay? Chaotic, at some point in time, your nervous system said, you know what, that chaos actually feels safe. And, and then lo and behold, you go through your life, you go through a transition, call it a breakup, a business failure, or whatever. And the next phase of your life, you go through a time of what I call dark night of the soul, death, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. It's a rebirth of sorts. You're getting reborn in many ways. When you go through this experience, you come out the other side of that, and you realize that, and I had to do this. It was funny. I was telling you about when I was dating my girlfriend. It took me a solid 3 weeks to get used to calm.
Oh wow!
Like calm being like normal.
Wow!
Like her energy is so she is so steady. She is so steadfast. She's
so
very
funny.
consistent. She's
so part of you was like, "This is weird.
What's wrong?
This is weird.
This feels really bizarre.
We should be fighting. we should be yelling at each other.
How come we're not?
Because you actually get that. Actually, to you, your ego's saying that's safe.
Well, and
it used to.
Well, think about it this way. So, and we're leaning into relationships a little bit, but how many people do you know? Or know of stories of that will go back to someone who deeply hurt them or wounded them or abused them.
Many times.
It's because technically, if you look at their track record of their life to date, you would go back and you would see that's
abusive father.
That's what they've experienced, and that is so that's what makes them feel
comfortable.
Yeah. So that's where your ego can lie to you. Say, well, you know what? This is too easy. This shouldn't be happening.
Oh wow.
It's the bottom's about to fall out.
Yeah.
The shoe's about to drop. You're about to get hit by a tsunami. And then you will go and create chaos to feel safe again.
That's pretty wild. That's interesting.
But that's how the ego...
That's interesting.
So that's how the ego works. So the reason I say that is because part of integration is figuring out a way to, and I dealt with this, as someone who forced their way into quote-unquote what the world would call success. I built my first business by sheer will. Yeah. And I did a lot of things.
Did you do it out of survival?
It was in
the beginning.
Survival and rescue programs. Absolutely.
So you didn't set out to go, I'm going to be.
Oh no.
You had no idea you'd be doing this.
No, and we got on the other side of the 2008 downturn, and I realized I'd built a runaway train. I couldn't stop it.
Oh wow.
So I had one choice.
Either
grow or die. And my ego said, we're going to grow.
We're going to grow. Right? That's right.
Because you need to be safe.
No, that's crazy. It is. It's amazing when you think about that, that you started out more survival, and then it becomes survival changes then.
Yeah. What's funny, we're going to be launching I'm hoping to do it later this fall. I shared with you before we jumped on the show that a desire in my heart's been a property called Safe Haven.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So about about a year and a half ago, right before I went to New Zealand. Well, no, it's been officially a year now. I went through another significant change I didn't expect.
Yeah.
Kind of felt like it came out of nowhere. Went through a deep, what they call somatic work, somatic spiritual stuff.
Yeah,
energy work and call it all that. And yes, I love Jesus, people.
We're okay with that.
Your
You're in a safe
thoughts of
space.
Jesus not operating in the Holy Spirit is keeping you from getting healed. Sorry, that was a little direct. I'm sorry.
That's all right. No problem.
I love
No
you too.
problem. We're good.
But in the grand scheme of things, I had this word come up, safe haven. I was like, I want a safe haven.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, well, what are the different experiences that happened along the way that turned me into a more whole person, that allowed me to pursue alignment, that allowed me to get fully integrated
Sure.
and this kind of stuff. And this property, and when I made the decision to move back to North Carolina, it was like lakefront. Okay, I feel amazing around water.
Yeah. So funny. Humans are
Yeah.
attracted to water.
Yeah.
Because of what we're made of.
What'll really blow your mind is lake water has a different frequency than ocean water, and you can measure it.
Get out of here.
It's ridiculous, but it's true.
Well, that's interesting because I like lake water better than ocean water.
Yeah, well, so ocean water has higher ions than lake water because it's lake water tends to be a little more stagnant. You can get some, but
Yeah.
ocean is constantly crashing.
Right.
So anyway, that's
Yeah.
that's a
That's
whole
interesting.
other scientific
My
episode.
goodness, that's another podcast. We're just going to talk about water.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be all. That's all it's going to be.
Oh, you should interview Tracy Dews, man. She can show you scientific. You can talk to that water to make you healthier.
Oh, wow, that's pretty wild. That's a different one.
There's some pretty bizarre woo-woo stuff that actually works.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm getting at is this.
Are your kitchen and bathroom remodels a little overdue? Well, now's your chance to call First Response Contracting. John Sellers will take care of you. 484-256-7136. They do residential and commercial, and they're licensed and insured. Give them a call at 484-256-7136.
For any entrepreneur, achiever, business owner that doubts what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to invite you to do two things. First of all, I want you to go to my website, stevenscoggins.com/alignment, and I want you to take a quiz. It's called the Integrated Alignment Quiz Assessment. It's like seven or eight questions. It will break you down exactly where you are. It'll tell you exactly what you need to know. There's nothing for you to buy.
Good.
It's
Yeah,
just
cool.
it's just for you to kind of get self-awareness, because self-awareness is the starting point. Right?
Yeah.
You can't be sleepwalking through life and expect your life to change. Right? The second thing is, but when I launch Safe Haven, whether it's the last quarter of this year, the first quarter of next year, if you don't believe that alignment can radically change the game for you, then come as my guest.
Yeah.
And just go through the 3.5-day process with us. I will teach you how to scale your company.
Yeah, that's cool.
I can teach you the systems and processes and strategies. But here's the thing. You're the person that has to operate it. So until you change, that doesn't change.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between going from 6 figures to 7 figure? You.
Person.
7 figures to 8 figures? You. 8 figures to 9 figures? You. Which means I'm trying to figure out how to change it to 10. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but that's funny because if you talk about the 10xing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
what's the book? It's talk about 10xing. I forget what the
Grant
book's
Cardone.
called. Yeah, it's a great. It's a good one.
I knew Grant, yeah.
Yeah, but so when you talk about the 10x thing, a lot of it has to do with that you're not going to who you are now at the 6 figures or 7 figures
Yeah.
is not who you need to be in order to be the 8 figures or whatever, right?
Oh, so then that's a step one. There's a step two, and this is statistically proven as well. Because obviously I've done a lot of research and a lot of growing to kind of do this. Your team, okay, let's say you start your business year 1, right? And year 1 through 5, you become one of the rare unicorns. You make $500,000 top line revenue, $600,000-$700,000. You're well on your way, right?
Yeah.
You've got a business that's working. You're probably still in overwhelm. You're probably still burnt out on a regular basis.
Yep.
Ask me how I know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right. We've been there.
Right. So, but when you go through that process, you inherently think the team that you have from year 1 to 5 to that first $1 million, call it that first $1 million. We'll use $1 million markers. You'll keep about 90% of your team. From 1 to 10 million, you'll lose about another 25%. From 10 million to 50 million, you'll lose another 30%. From 50 million to 75, you'll lose another 20%. Lo and behold, when you get to a company and you've scaled it to 100 million plus,
Yeah.
or just shy of that, you will have changed out literally all but 2% of your team.
Yeah.
If you're lucky. Right? So the same reason that prevents you from growing your business also prevents your team from growing themselves to grow your business. Because they come at some point in time, either the team itself won't grow with the business and they fall away, or you have to fire them, and it doesn't make them bad people. They were great from $1 to $10 million, but dude, you got over $10 million, and they're like, oh my God, I need, your skill sets change, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you got those two pieces that are true, like you have to change to scale your company.
Yep.
You have to be aware that your people have to change to scale your company. You're going to discover what I discovered around my business, even though it was a siding company that we scaled to just under 9 figures, that one company. one of the things that we discovered was we were never a siding company.
Isn't that funny?
We were a personal development company masquerading as a siding company.
That sounds familiar.
It's called Keller Williams.
Yeah, and also Newcastle Lawn and Landscaping.
Yeah. Oh, does it?
He does all their marketing video.
Well,
all
I'll say
the
the first place I found it. And we'll see.
But yeah, Keller Williams is
We'll
definitely
see if
about that.
Newcastle is with this as well. But I first heard that from Dave Ramsey.
Dave Ramsey, yeah, absolutely, yeah, and it's funny. That is more of what we're hearing today. It's you're in the people in development business, because if you're not developing them, then you can't grow.
Yeah, every business has three types of people.
Yeah,
right. You got your team, you got your clients, you got your community.
Yeah.
And if your business is not performing at high levels in all three of them, you can't scale a company.
Nope.
In fact, so this fell out. I was on the radio show probably 3 weeks ago, and one of the shows that we were on, and it's like, what is preventing the entrepreneurs from scaling their businesses? I'm like, it's easy, because I've tried this, by the way, many times. You can't scale dysfunction.
Right. Oh, that's so true.
You can't scale a dysfunctional you can't scale a dysfunctional team. You can't even just scale a dysfunctional client base.
No.
Some of the best decisions I made were firing my clients.
Absolutely. Yep.
They were always the ones that paid the least.
Yep.
They needed the most babysitting.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you've got other people that are paying you a whole lot more, that actually value your input. Actually, their business operations merge with your
more referrals.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to fire customers every once in a while.
Yeah.
Now, just don't get crazy out there about that. But no, no, but it's good. It's good to fire.
You should do. I mean, I'm a big believer in doing 360 surveys to a degree. Like survey your team.
Yeah.
Who's our most difficult customer?
It's a good one, because if they're also not treating your team right, then that affects the team.
Well, and that's the other thing is if you won't stand up for your team, why should they stand up for you?
Yeah, so true. So true. Good
Right?
stuff.
So,
good stuff.
yeah, so.
I want to make sure we cover everything. So what else?
I'm here all day.
This has been great.
I'm here all
This has
day.
been great. Just to let you know, this is going to be a longer one than normal, just because it's just the way it is. This is good
roll.
stuff, and we're rolling here. I want to get through you. This one just hit me. You had a popular keynote. It was called "One Part Lion, One Part Lamb."
Yeah.
What can you tell? It hit me. I'm like, what is this? What
I
does
don't
it
want to
mean?
give all the surprise.
No, I know,
away.
because you have other stuff that you want to do with that.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of really cool things happening. That's actually under. We're almost done with trademarking and everything. But there's a whole. I'm building something called the LOS Entrepreneur System. It's an operating system, which
cool.
is the integrated entrepreneur meets business strategy and tactical implication.
Cool.
That framework is basically done. I'm going to launch it with our Unstoppable Entrepreneur community probably next month after, and then we're going to track them for the next 18 months to show that this works.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I've helped, I think,
Results. 18
entrepreneurs break through the $1 million ceiling. They were stuck at $500,000 for
That's great.
5 or 6 years, and we worked together for 9 months, and we get them over the ceiling.
What business, when you talk about that, what business do you find is
There's only one business that my stuff doesn't work on, and that's the technically the technology business, because I don't. Those businesses deal with raising debt.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yes,
and I invest in businesses from time to time
Yeah.
now, but that's not my skill set.
no, you're looking to make profitable.
My skill set is taking a hard-working, hard-charging, impact-driven entrepreneur and giving them the tools and the assets they need to win.
Awesome.
And when I say winning to me for entrepreneurs that we work with is they have better families, they have strong cultures, and they're profit centers that drive community impact.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's why when you said to Keller Williams and let's do this, and
Yep.
you mentioned
Yep.
you've been one of their top affiliates for a while,
Yep.
and I'm like franchises.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yeah, we're doing very well here locally. It's because of the culture, and it's because of how they care about
it
people.
works.
It works. Yes, it does work.
So back to-
absolutely. Let's go back to lions and lambs.
Yeah, lions. All right, so let's think about some of the characteristics of a lion. And I'm gonna keep it 30,000 foot view because it will take a while to dig deep. But lions are typically bold. I mean, they have zero problem trying to take down an elephant.
Right.
Okay, tiny lion.
Yep.
Taking down an elephant. Ironically, it's normally the female lion going after the hunting.
Yep.
for what it's worth.
Yep.
They are normally courageous. They protect their cubs like it's going on. It doesn't matter what's coming at their cubs. They're going to protect their cubs. They will sit in presence in between hunts.
So true.
So they'll be still.
Never thought of that before. Mm-hmm. And they're proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They carry themselves with presence.
Yeah.
So you can be near a lion. If you went to the zoo and you were like, you get, within 3 feet of a lion, you'll hopefully not feel fear because it'll be a giant glass wall in front of you. But, but if one gets close, there's an energetic presence to pretty much everything living. But the presence is one of stability and strength.
Yes.
Okay. They're very strong for their size. Okay. Conversely, a lamb is not known necessarily for being very bold and courageous, but it's known for being peaceful, loving, and compassionate. Like it's next to its thing. So,
does sheep? Does sheep?
Yeah,
noises
I just sheeped it.
So it's water and sheep next show.
I just sheeped all over the place. But
dad joke.
I'm got full of them. I'm now a granddad, believe it or not. So. No, but if you take these basic characteristic traits, when you think about authentic leadership, okay, and you start thinking about the leaders that you want to follow, almost in every case, they're bold, they're courageous, they're humble, and if you're honest with yourself, they carry themselves with presence that's compassionate and loving and peaceful. Like I'll tell you how I discovered this.
Yeah.
This whole premise came out of my grandfather, who passed away in 2016. He was my spiritual mentor, literally my entire life. I spent, I think, 5 years as a very convicted faith-based atheist.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I hated some God. Well, you remember my childhood was a little whack.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everybody that was involved in my childhood is now great people, and they've been through their own reinventions and stuff. But this was maybe 4 years before I was about to sell the company. I'd realized that I was running on fumes, meaning the company could absolutely break 150 million, 200 million, can get there. Because we had the systems and processes in place. We just needed the team and the refinement, whatever. But I'd ask myself, do I really want to do it?
Yeah.
Right, because I worked my entire life, and this is the framework I used to use. I don't use it now, but to fight uphill my entire life, right? Like literally fight uphill. I started the company with a nail and a hammer, right, and wood from a trash pile, and built it step by step, actually lumber by lumber or stud by stud, not rather than brick by brick, but. I was confiding in him, and yet at that time, and this is before all the embezzlement stuff happened, I found myself getting more notable publicly on social media at the time. Algorithms drastically changed, and I've drastically changed. So I started getting requests to speak more. I'd stumbled my way into speaking by accident. And found out that I wasn't afraid like a lot of folks. I got excited.
Yeah.
So I started stumbling. So I had these other elements of Stephen that were evolving and changing, and really wanted to pour into people and really wanted to help people, and knew I had insights and knew that my struggle could have more meaning if I could use it to help more people. Yeah. Right. So all that's happening in the background. Meanwhile, the business is still doing pretty well overall. Still growing, all that kind of stuff. So we had, I kind of had like the best of both worlds, but I was going through yet another bit of an identity shift. So I go to my grandfather, and I'm sitting down with him. I'm like, hey, Granddad. His nickname was Silver Fox, ironically. He was really good with ladies.
I was going to say, he sounds like
a Leo with white hair. With Sean Connery.
Oh, yeah.
Sean. Hello, Granddad. So anyway, so we're doing the, so we're chatting, and I was like, hey, this is what I'm working on. He goes, son, can I be honest with you? I said, yeah, of course you can. He says, I actually think you can do really well speaking. I've watched you speak. I see tears when you speak. I see smiles when you speak. I see lines of people that come up to you to talk to you after you speak. He said, so there's something there. He goes, but there's also this other business guy. And he goes, if you think about it, you could become pretty impactful in a lot of different ways. What do you want to do? What lights you up? Not what do you feel like you need to do.
Yeah, right.
Like what lights you up? And I was like, man, I like seeing these awakening moments in people. Like they're never the same afterwards. And I've benefited from live events and speakers.
Yeah, same here.
And especially now, I'm in different circles of folks now that are in the thought leadership world. And there's some things that really touch my heart in a beautiful way, and other things that really challenge my heart in a few ways. But in the grand scheme of things, he was like, all right, he goes, well, I'm going to give you the most honest piece of advice I can ever give you. If you ever want to be successful as a leader, as a speaker, as an author, as a business owner, pretty much any area of your life, then you need to start reshaping some of yourself. You're going to have to become one part lion and one part lamb.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, it stunned me. I started crying.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I felt the weight of it.
Yeah.
Right? And that weight was unique. It was different. It's a mantle. I began using the word mantle, right? It was something that when I promoted one of my COOs that ended up becoming one of the equity partners in the company I sold. And I actually did this experience with him kind of loosely off of this. We had the entire team come in the room at the time. We were, probably 60 team members, I guess, that could get to the building. So we do a lot of stuff in Zoom and out of markets and broadcasting. And when he comes up to me, I said, okay, well, we're gonna plan this event. I'm gonna acknowledge the fact I'm promoting you to this level, but I'm gonna do it my way. And he had no idea what that was gonna be. So I went out to Dick's Sporting Goods, and I'm not being paid by Dick's, by the way. I'm not sponsored by Dick's. It's funny how my name gets used for stuff now.
Right.
No, so I go to Dick's, I buy a weighted vest. All right, I come back to the building. We're having we called it a Friday morning production meeting, which is like our
weighted vest.
A weighted vest. I take all the weights out of the vest. I lay I lay one weight on each seat.
Yeah.
Right. And then my facility is the place we did Ed's event and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
cool.
even to this day, the company I sold still occupies part of the building. So we had a bit of a small auditorium. It was seats 380 people, and
that's awesome.
All that kind of stuff. And so we, team is sitting on the front row, and they're like, "This is a seat." And then I proceeded to get on stage with this leader.
Yeah.
And I wanted him to understand the weight that I carried every day.
Oh wow.
Right. When 2008 downturn happened, I went 2 months without pay.
Yeah.
I paid my team. I tried to keep the lights on. I tried to just lean in, and when I made decisions, important ones, sometimes I would not talk to anybody about it. I would spend weeks pondering what the right decision might be.
Yeah.
Right. I now know to give myself a little bit less lead time to do that.
Sure.
Give yourself a week to get all your due diligence in place, but. We're sitting there, and I'm just saying, hey, look, this is what leadership is. This is what it means to me. This is, my grandfather would call this the mantle, all this kind of stuff. And I said, are you sure you want this? And he looked at me. He's like, yeah, I think I do. I said, okay. So I said, okay, we'll sit right here for a second. We're both on stage, and I said, okay, guys, you guys are probably wondering what that weight is in your seat. And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, that weight represents every one of your families.
Oh, wow.
Every one of your families. So for those of you who are married and have kids, for those of you who are engaged, don't have kids, for those of you who have grandkids, it's...
Yep.
And, I said, when you come up to him, you have the choice of choosing to put the weight on him or walk, because he had put on the vest.
Weights, yeah.
Right, towards the end. And sure enough, I was like, it's up to you guys. So fortunately, all the team members went to him, which is good.
That could have gone wrong.
It could have gone way wrong, but hey,
could go bad.
I trusted my instinct,
Yeah.
and so it was really funny. So everybody, I said, if you believe this, I want you to grab your weight. I want you to come up to him, and just before you put the weight in the vest, I just tell him if you really mean it, I trust you with my life and my family.
Wow, that's cool.
Right. So lo and behold, it takes 15 minutes. Believe it or not, we had some team members that were tearing up. He teared up a couple times.
Yeah, right.
I teared up. It was
it's cool.
It's a meaningful thing, because at the end, I remember that at the very end, this was kind of like the joke part, or not joke part of it, but the comic relief. He's wearing all the weights.
Yeah.
He gets up off the chair. He has a hard time getting off the chair. He goes, holy crap, this thing weighs a lot. I said, exactly.
Yeah.
So I say that.
He felt it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's easy to talk about leadership. It's easy to talk about weight. It's easy to
Right.
talk about these things.
Right, but when you put it into that.
But when you put it into actual perspective, that we at the time, I think at the height, we had like 416 people working for CHE, which is the acronym for the longer name of the company. And by that time, we became the CHE companies because I had 4 companies that I rolled up into one, and that became the CHE, a commercial division, renovation division, residential, and then a millwork thing that we were trying to launch correctly. We get all the way to the end of it and whatever, and I think everybody felt the weight.
Yeah.
So contrast that, 2 years, almost 3-4 years go by, and I'm now deciding whether or not I want to sell my company.
Yeah.
And I was getting courted by private equity. I got courted by family office, and either the money was great and the people were terrible, or the people were great and the money was terrible. Yeah. And I was like, this is not what I'm going to do. It wasn't aligned with my soul. Again, alignment. Yeah. I wanted to make sure that whatever I had built stood a really good chance of actually being a true legacy.
Yeah, sure.
And I say that to say that same gentleman was at the table.
Yeah.
And even though he had worn the weight of the roles that he had, I told you, I said, once you make this decision, everything changes, because now you're going from team member to owner, or part owner. And it was funny. It was probably 3 months after the exit. I see the guys for the first time at a quarterly board meeting because I'm the board chair and still.
Yeah. So you're still involved?
Yeah, I still own 20% of the company.
Oh, cool.
Because I believe in them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe they can execute. But when I saw him and a couple of the other guys, I remember he and one of the other guys says, he goes, I had no idea what you were carrying until now.
Yeah.
So I want to say that to leaders.
It's funny how nobody does.
Yeah. So stop expecting your team to understand. They're never going to understand until they're in that position.
Yeah.
So a servant leader is not going to expect them to understand you. You're going to learn to understand them.
Yep.
And then you strategically align them like dominoes to serve the best interest of the business and the community. And your benefit of that is a byproduct of doing that well.
Yeah, exactly.
Alignment.
Yeah, there it is. Back to alignment. My gosh. It all comes back to alignment. So you are working on other things. You're working on more, maybe some other books coming out in the future. So we're going to stay in touch with that whole thing.
Absolutely.
We're also going to stay in touch with everything, actually, because we covered so much material.
How much of it was stuff you highlighted?
None. But that's okay. It's okay. He's now the record for the longest podcast we've had.
Oh,
Let's go.
Right.
So, which I am very happy about because it's great material. It's great information. I don't know if there's anybody that can listen to this and say they can't get something out of it. But you're very authentic. You seem very aligned.
Thank you.
And I wish you the very best in all the things that you're doing, and we'll stay in touch.
Yeah, I get to see you sing tonight.
Yeah, you do get to see me sing. That's right. Hopefully he likes it. What if he doesn't? What if he's like, oh my God, this guy's out of alignment when it comes to singing. It's terrible. All right, there you have it. Stephen Scoggins. You guys got to check him out, man. He's all over the place. Unstoppable is what he is. And your Build is the podcast, right?
Build.
He's got a podcast called Build, and you want to check that out too. It's really good. He's got all kinds of good people in there, but you're gonna love it. So that's about it. See us every Thursday at 7 p.m. That's about